Alright guys, here we are again for some more ZE2. I'm excited. We had a lot of crazy shit that I did last night because I played a lot, so a lot of things happened all at once. We found out about Sigma's arms being cybernetics. We found out about other stuff. We did the control room puzzle. We did this Golem Bay puzzle. We got hints at Luna being suspicious. When we finished the puzzle, we have this hold up governor thing going on here. And then we also had the thing to open Kay's helmet. Although I don't know that our characters realize it yet, but yeah, we have it. So I'm really excited about that. If this is like the ending or an ending where we finally get to see what's behind the mask of Kay, I'd be pretty excited. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more. Let's do it. Was that you, Luna?
No.
Then Alice?
You honestly think a voice that coarse could come from a throat as fine as this?
Then...
Oh yeah, that was me, mate. Oi, over here.
It's a pirate?
Sigma, look! What is that?
What?
Oh, blimey, that hurts.
What the heck? I was gonna say, we had like that, like I felt like this guy sitting in the middle of the room would have had like a reason or something for being there, and we never used him for anything. We wiped up the oil that was around him, but yeah, interesting. Okay.
Ain't right for a fellow's back to feel like this.
It's a robot.
And it's talking. With an accent.
Can't help it, Flower. Didn't choose to talk like this, not by half. Now, Alice, darling, do I rightly recollect you characterising my speech as coarse? Why, that's right cruel it is. You really think I asked for this?
This voice acting, like, it doesn't sound like this is his normal accent, the voice actor. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not insulting the person that did it, but it definitely does not sound like a native accent.
See, they figured they'd give us all a, what you call them, personality. Some tosser thought they'd give me this one. It ain't right, I tell you.
It, like, I'm trying to identify what the hell accent this is. It sounds like it's like a mix between, like, British and Southern. Their reactions. So, what the hell are you?
Cooper.
Cooper. If you're a barrel maker, I'm an astronaut.
Right you are, me old son. Right you are.
I feel like his voice reminds me of someone from something, but I can't, like, put my finger on it.
Well, go on, have a butchers, mate. What do I look like to you? Robot, you say?
You know what? It reminds me when, I think what it reminds me of is when I'm watching Critical Role and Travis Willingham is trying to do, like, his Grog voice in the first campaign and doing an accent at the same time. Or something like that. Like, I think I've heard him do something like that. Like, when he tried to, like, when he was playing D&D, you know, and tried to mask his voice, it reminds me of that for some reason. Okay, sorry, I'll stop talking now. Okay.
Well, nearly there, but they call us GOL-Ms round here.
Ah, Golem Bay, makes sense.
Golem? Oh, I've heard of golems. They're sort of monsters, I guess, from Jewish folklore. They're made from clay, and they look like men. They're supposed to do whatever their master, or creator, or whatever commands them to do.
Well, aren't you a clever bird? You are, of course, correct. The Golem of Myth is a clay creation that moves under its own power. Our spellings are might different, though. The original blokes is spelt G-O-L-E-M, but me and me mates are G-A-U-L-E-M. That's an acronym for General Purpose Autonomous Labour Electronic Machine.
Okay.
The truth to tell, it's a bit rubbish when you write it out all like that. But I figure they wanted to make sure they had the GOL-M thing in there, you know? What with us being robots and all.
So... should I just call you GOL-M?
That don't seem quite kosher. After all of me mates here are GOL-Ms too. I couldn't very well call all of you lot human, could I?
What should we call you then?
Well, we've all got a product ID, and they're unique.
Didn't he already say Cooper, or was that just a joke or something?
I figure that's as good a name as any.
And your ID is?
GTM-CM-G-OLM.
Oh! What? That's close. Hold on. That's not it, though. Two-headed lion devouring the sun. GTF DM L016. So it's a very similar product ID, although it's a bit different. Is that gonna be something? Is that gonna be like another GOL-M that we have to interact with at some point or something? I don't know. Okay, let's go. That's a hell of a name. We're gonna have to come up with something shorter than that, please.
That's way too long. We can't remember that.
What? You taking the mickey out of me? Never had a problem myself. Right then, let's just use the last bit, shall we?
GOLM?
GOL-M.
GOL-M.
Come on, man. That's just GOL-M.
Well, I'll be buggered. Can't say I ever noticed that before. Sure, it's a strange coincidence, isn't it?
Who did this voice acting? I kind of want to know. Alright. GOL-M, you said Alice Darling a little bit ago, right?
What? A gentleman can't say something nice to a pretty young bird, eh?
No, I don't care if you call her Darling. What I'm saying is, you called her Alice. How did you know her name?
Oh, she ain't the only one of you lot whose name I know. I know who you are, Sigma, and you too, Luna. I'm right familiar with all 9 of you.
How?
You don't know? Oh, they got cameras all over this place. Well, then again, the lenses aren't much bigger than a screw, and they're all hidden away.
Oh.
So I suppose I can't really blame you for missing them, you know?
Secret cameras. I mean, I kind of assumed maybe that we were being watched, although, I mean, maybe they're for Zero Jr. to look through.
Now, as I was saying, there were these cameras, you see, and all of the data they record gets sent off to the mainframe in real time. So, I just gave the main core a ring, got those videos, and now I know everything you've done.
Then...
Does that mean...
You're Zero Jr.?
Cool, blimey. Are you bleeding serious? Oh, you gotta be off your box if you think I'm Young Master Zero.
Young Master.
The Young Master is a right proper AI what supervises all the electronic bits and bobs in this place. My humble self, and those with the misfortune to be like me, are more akin to computer terminals who are merely borrowing a little bit of the central core.
Okay. So GOL-Ms are kind of like Zero Jr.'s servants.
No, not quite, Governor, not quite. I'd say me and me mates here are more like arms and legs, right? Now, you lot don't have brains in your arms and legs, do you?
Of course not.
Right you are, missus. There'd be all sorts of
I didn't know we
nasty
had to
your
answer that.
elbows and that lumpy bit on your ankle was all packed with brains. Well, we're like your arms or legs. The GOL-M seat of consciousness, so to speak, ain't in the head. Fact of the matter is, it's not anywhere in the body, which makes a fellow wonder, where is it?
In the mainframe?
Spot on. So that part of me what thinks is in the mainframe.
Okay.
Everything this here body sees and hears and what have you, that all gets sent back there. Then the mainframe does some sort of computery jiggery pokery and comes up with some decisions, and those decisions beget commands. Now those commands are sent over the wireless like boop boop boop, and eventually my body picks them up.
I love this guy.
Finally, those commands cause actions what move the various bits in my body. That's why this thing's like a computer terminal, you see. The body's just an output device of sorts. If we were talking about one of them personal computers here, you could say a golem's kind of like a monitor, eh?
Huh? Oh, wait a minute. Then wouldn't that make you part of Zero Junior?
Well, I suppose you could say that. What with us sharing the mainframe and all. But I don't know shit all about this game he's running. That part of the mainframe's locked away from the rest of us. I'm an independent core. Zero and I are two different blokes. You recollect what GOL-M stands for, huh? I'm autonomous.
Okay. But if that's the case, your hands and feet analogy doesn't really make sense. My arms and legs aren't autonomous. They don't just move on their own.
You sure, Governor? I watched you cross your arms just now.
Huh?
And now you're frowning and your forehead's getting all wrinkly. Do you do these things on purpose? Well, when you crossed your arms, were you thinking, right then, let's cross them, shall we? Curl on down then, mouth. Oh, and eyebrows. I'd be much obliged if you'd squeeze in a bit. There's a good pair of blokes. That's what you was thinking, innit?
Oh my god, this dude.
No? Didn't reckon so. I figure you did all of that subconsciously. Ain't no man on earth who says to himself, feeling a mite nervous, I'll just twitch me leg around a bit, you know? Who's thinking real hard about something and says to themselves, well, I think I'll just give the old loaf a scratch, that'll help. How's about when you reach for your tea? When you turn a page in your book? Or what about when your eyes just go straight for the pair on that bird you fancy? Yeah, the list goes on, me chums. But all of those things are your subconscious at work. Well, true, when part of your body does something, it's because your brain said so. But that don't mean your conscious mind is involved. Fact is, it can't be. If your brain had to deal with all the piddly bits of living, it'd make you balmy. That's how us golems and the young master get along.
Okay.
You got it all sorted now, chums?
Then you're saying that Zero Junior is the central part of the mainframe, and the golems are like his hands and feet?
Righto.
Righto.
Blimey. Guess I shouldn't be talking about such heavy rubbish, eh? My shoulders are all stiff.
You're a robot. How can your shoulders get stiff?
And you said your back hurt earlier. Are you just messing with us?
Yes, I did. And no, I ain't. Me back is a right mess, it is. Last maintenance check, they just left me here. I've been on this bed here for years. The lubricant for me joints is all gummed up. Every time I move, it hurts.
But why did you wake up again after all this time?
Why do you think, love? 'Cause you lot turned me on is why. Especially that other missus over there.
Oh yeah, that button on top of the safe.
Right you are, Governor.
Can you come with us then? The others need to see this.
No, I can't, and more's a pity. I can only go as far as this cable here will let me.
Okay.
I got internal batteries, but they're knackered. Matter of fact, that's why I was here for maintenance in the first place. The same goes for these other blokes too. Of course, they ain't connected to a power cable like I am, so they aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
I see. So, you aren't gonna answer my question?
Huh?
I wonder if we could disconnect him and hook up another one that maybe has the same ID as what Luna gave us or something? I don't know. Maybe that ID is just similar and it isn't even another golem? I don't know.
What question is that?
I asked you how your shoulders can get stiff if you're a robot.
Right, so you did. Not sure why you've got to bug up your arse about that particular issue, though.
Well, I mean, I guess it's not really important, but I'm just curious, I suppose.
Curious, are you? Oh, that's a good word, that is. A good, powerful word. A kind of word that will set any robot's heart to flutter. Let's get you sorted then, shall we? Just lend me your lords and peers for a tick. So,
Okay.
how can
Here
a
we
robot
go.
get stiff shoulders? And what does pain mean to a robot? Tell me, Guff, you ever heard of the Chinese room?
Nope. Without waiting for an answer, Golem launched into his explanation. Okay. Somewhere pretty... Oh. Wait, what? No more voice acting. Damn it, I want that voice back. Somewhere, a pretty young girl is trapped in a tiny room. The door of the room has a slot that a number of Chinese people outside the room can use to slide slips of paper to the girl. Why do they have to be Chinese people? Anyway. On the pieces of paper are questions written naturally in Chinese. Unfortunately, the young lady has no idea what the questions say. But then, how could she? She's never learned Chinese. Apart from a Hong Kong action movie or two in college, she's never even heard it. So for this unfortunate young lady, each note looks like nothing more than a bunch of strange symbols. Before she was locked away, she was given an order. Specifically, she was told to write an appropriate response to each question she received, and slip that answer back through the slot. Okay. Once the Chinese questions begin to show up, however, she finds herself at a loss. Oh dear, she says to herself, why I can't read these at all. Whatever am I to do? It is at that moment that she spots a bookshelf. The bookshelf is filled with thick books. Upon examining them, she discovers that they are some sort of Chinese phrase books. They have no explanation of what anything means, but show Chinese responses to Chinese questions. Am I supposed to use these? The questions keep coming. More and more and more of them. She finds a set of characters that corresponds to the set of characters on the paper and carefully writes out the indicated responses. How's it going? It's awful. Please get me out of here. Are you hungry? Yes, I am. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. Here they give her some twice cooked pork. Are you full? Yes, although I don't think my stomach liked it very much. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I'm dating a reggae dancer. When was your first kiss? When I was 14. He was a grade ahead of me in school. So wait, these are all like pre-answered questions, right? If I'm not mistaken. So this isn't like actually things she's... It's not like we're not learning anything about this random girl. It's just pre-given answers, right? But it shows Chinese responses to Chinese questions. She finds a set of characters that corresponds to the set of characters on the paper and carefully writes out the indicated response. Yeah. So she's not actually answering. These are just the answers from the book. What color of underwear are you wearing? Black. Okay. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get out of this room? Beat the stuffing out of whoever is sending me these questions with the pan you cooked that twice cooked pork in. All of these questions were written in Chinese, and all of the answers were also written in Chinese. All the young lady did was accurately copy the symbols from the phrase books onto the slips of paper, with no idea what any of it meant. I don't understand how this correlates to robots feeling pain and stiff shoulders, but okay, let's just keep going. I'm sure we'll get it eventually. Incidentally, she doesn't have a dancer boyfriend. In fact, she's never even kissed a boy. Also, she's wearing white underwear. Thanks for letting us know. Anyway.
Yes?
Is there any particular reason this girl is, pretty? Or why we need to know what color underwear she's wearing?
Can't say there is. Just tickles me fancy, I guess.
Okay.
But the prettier the bird is, the more fun the story is, isn't it?
Exactly. Frickin' Sigma.
What?
What?
Right. Well, what I wanted to say was this. All them
All right.
Chinese blokes outside the room didn't know nothing about them books what she had. So it follows that they would have thought whoever was inside spoke Chinese just like them. You see? After all, far as they can tell, they're having a nice little chinway with one of their countrymen.
Jeez. Okay, interesting, but what does that have to do with your shoulders, or a robot feeling pain?
You thick? I feel pain when my body's having a spot of bother. Well, hold up, mate, this ain't right. We keep this up and we're buggered. If things go really pear-shaped, we'll be brown bread. So says the central computer to itself, seeing that things are a bit bollocksed. In the interest
What?
of extricating my body from its unpleasant predicament, the mainframe sends out a signal over the wireless, and my software interprets that signal as pain, and I stop doing whatever daft thing I was doing. It's the same, innit? Just like the Chinese room.
So you're saying the robots feel pain differently than humans, right?
Use your loaf,
Okay.
You listen to a word I've said. A human feels pain when you do something you shouldn't, like sit your bum down on a tack, right? Same thing for us robots.
Okay.
If you feel like being clever about it, there ain't really that much different between a human and a robot.
I guess I get it.
Forget all about that mainframe and signal bollocks, and us golems ain't that different from the bird in the room. So think about it, love. How do you know humans ain't the same, just without all the electronic-y pony, huh? What if, when someone asks you a question, all you're doing is pulling out the right answer from some sort of phrase book in your brain? Ain't no way to prove that, of course, but far as I can see, there ain't no reason to. I mean, it's all the same, innit? If you're actually a thinking creature, or if you're just some kind of language processing machine. All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person. You want to live a normal life? That's all you need to know.
Okay. Interesting philosophy lesson. Hey, can I ask you something?
Lay it on me, governor.
Why do you stop us?
Ah, right you are, mate. Right you are. Got so carried away,
Okay.
I forgot.
Finally, we're gonna get to that. I don't know if any of what we just learned is gonna tie into the rest of the story or not, but... like, learning about the Chinese room and stuff like that, but... Or it might just be, like, character building for GOL-M and, like, a way to portray his pain, I guess. I don't know.
I haven't seen anyone for yonks, and I got a mighty excited as all.
Just spit it out.
Right. Well, there was something I wanted to tell you lot.
What was it?
Patience, darling. Now, I know I might look a bit out of sorts in a moment, but I ain't really supposed to. Same thing for the rest of the blokes here. Fact is, the reason we look a bit like skeletons is because we are a bit like skeletons.
So it's what Luna told us about in one of the other endings, right? Regarding, like, the skin that's supposed to be on them, kind of like what we have, or kind of like what Sigma has on his cybernetic arms. Obviously, he's not aware of it at this moment, but is that what he's about to go into, I'm guessing?
There's this special artificial biological tissue what's called ABT.
Yep.
When a golem's all new and shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes us look right human, it does. Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle.
That would suck to have, if you were a robot with this fake skin that has a pimple on it, it wouldn't just heal, would it? I mean, maybe if it functions, like, but if it's, like, designed to give you a pimple, are you just gonna have a pimple forever? Like, when humans get pimples, they heal and they disappear, you know? But would you just be, like, stuck with a pimple in that one spot forever? Anyway, not that it really matters that much, just something I thought of. Uh-oh. What?
Command violation. Rogue processes detected.
Uh-oh.
Product ID GTMCMGOL-M.
Uh-oh.
Executing emergency deactivation.
Well,
Unit GTMCMGOL-M. Now inactive.
he never told us, did he? He never told us why he stopped us, so it's just like, okay.
No other
Damn it.
rogue processes detected in additional GOL-M platforms. Returning to surveillance mode.
Did Zero just shut him down?
It looks like it.
Damn it.
I wonder what he was trying to tell us.
So, my guess is like none of this was. I mean, I don't know about what some of like the stuff that he talked about, but regarding like the fact that they're a skeleton, that they're supposed to have this like skin on them that makes them look human. You know, I'm guessing this was all something to like tease at the idea like if we did this first and then we did the ending regarding Sigma with his cybernetic arms is what I meant to say. We would have been like, oh shit, is Sigma a golem, you know, or whatever, and like that would have been crazy, you know. So I'm guessing that's like one of like the big aspects of that whole golem part, you know. Now as for like the Chinese room and like the different things about like, I guess like also they explained how they feel pain too, which would be kind of like explain why, like giving us the idea that, you know, before we knew that Sigma had cybernetic arms and he wasn't just a full robot, we could think like, oh, maybe he is a robot, and then we'd be like, oh well, he felt pain that one time, yeah, but this robot felt pain too, you know. So like things like that, it could be regarding that, you know. Anyway,
See, right in the middle of...
Luna. Right in the middle of what?
An ambidex gate
Yep.
has been opened.
Okay.
45 minutes remain until...
What the hell?
Someone on the other team must have opened it.
Shit. Why would they do that?
We have to hurry.
Right, we have the paper this time explaining that everyone, or at least one part of the team has to go vote, right? We'll probably go yell at them about that regarding it, because we have the paper, I imagine. Right, let's go. Take a sip of water while we're traveling. GOL-M is my new favorite character. I hope he makes a badass return. Warehouse A. We pushed through the magenta door and ran into the warehouse. There stood Phi, Dio, and K. Hey, what the hell, guys?
Why did you open the AB gate before everyone got back?
I apologize. We only turned away for a moment.
Dio opened it.
You got a problem with that?
Of course we do.
Dio's always the one that opens it.
Why? I don't remember us all promising we wouldn't open the thing until everyone showed up.
This isn't about promises. Are you stupid or just an asshole?
Probably both. We were able to get back here in time. But what about the others? Tenmyoji, Quark, and Clover are still out there somewhere. What were you planning to do if they didn't get back in time?
Nothing. Why would I have to do anything? Didn't you hear the voice? Anybody who doesn't
Yup,
get back
here we
in time
go.
to vote just gets their vote automatically set to ally.
Yep.
Seems pretty straightforward to me. So what if they don't get back in time? They'll all get set to ally and all three of them will get 2 BP. Sounds like a sweet deal to me. Tenmyoji's only got 1 BP. I figure he'll be pretty happy to get 2 more. And that'll put Quark and Clover up close to 9. So that's not too bad for them either. In other words, they ought to be thanking me.
Didn't you guys find a note?
What? What's this?
We found it in our safe. Read it.
Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option.
I like Dio's little pauses, like, do I have to read this? Like, not voting is not an option. Like,
If both parties refuse to vote, then every bunny gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote.
yep.
the hell, man? This wasn't in our room. Back me up here, guys.
He's right.
There was no such note in our safe.
Oh, well, damn. That's a bummer. I'd never have opened the gate if I'd known about this.
Really?
Of course.
I'm worried about the others. If time runs out,
They'll be penalized, yes.
I know.
Quark is part of that team. Maybe something happened with him.
He seemed a little off before we headed into the chromatic doors.
This is bad.
Yeah, they don't know about him having Radical 6 or anything yet in this line. Hey! Wait a minute! Where's Alice? Is this us thinking? She was here just a minute ago. Shit. Is she having, issues now too? What is she doing over there? It took me only a moment to spot her. She was several yards away and kneeling down to look at something on the floor. What she was looking at, I couldn't tell. I was about to head over and see what was going on when... Oh, the other group shows up. Whoa, hey guys.
Quark! Has Quark been here?
Oh,
Did something
so he
happen
went
to him?
missing again. Yep, I remember he went missing in one of the other branches too.
He disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
I mean, he's gone. We can't find him anywhere. When was the last time you saw him?
We were heading back here.
Tenmyoji and I went into the lounge, but Quark didn't follow us.
We turned around and started calling for him, but
When he didn't respond, we ran back the way we'd come.
And you couldn't find him?
right.
We thought maybe he just hadn't seen us go into the lounge.
So we checked the crew quarters and the infirmary.
But he wasn't there either.
Well, shit.
All right. We need to split up. If we can't find him in any of the Floor A rooms, we'll move to Floor B.
Okay. I need to go tell Alice. You guys go on ahead.
What is she doing over there? Right, you do that. Damn it. I want to know what she's doing over there. Okay. Crew quarters. Hey, Quirk! Quirk! Nothing. Quirk's well, no, never mind. I was gonna say Quirk's never successfully killed himself, right? But there was that one ending where everyone was dead. Once again, I still don't know if that was everyone dying to like Radical 6 or whatever, like killing themselves, or if it was something else. But I guess technically he did die once. He's not here. I checked both rooms.
He's not in the other two either. There's no one here.
Tenmyoji and Kay are in the lounge, and Dio and Luna should be checking the infirmary.
Right. Okay. Let's leave that to them and head to Floor B.
Okay. Off to Floor B we go. Doop doop. Doop doop. Doop doop doop. I like the tension background music. You went through the red door with Dio and Kay, right?
Yeah. So?
What was on the other side of that door?
You want to see it?
Yeah. Maybe Quirk went there.
Fine. Follow me.
Alright. The pantry again. This is
The pantry.
pantry.
That drawer over there is stuffed with processed food. Wasn't half bad, actually.
You ate it?
Yeah. There was some paella, nasi goreng, schnitzel, yukejang, borscht, and tom kha gai. Oh, and I ate the chef's pasta, too.
That's a lot of food.
Can't help it. I'm a growing girl.
How old are you?
20, I think.
I think? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just stop. I don't even know where to start here. 1. By the time you hit 20, you're done growing. 2. You think? You should be old enough to know how old you are. 3. How on earth are you 20? You look like you're 13 if you're a... Wait, what? You look like you're 13 if you're a day? I can't believe you're only 2 years younger than me.
Now that's funny. You must have done a lot of drugs to look like that at 22.
Shit. Oh, give me a break, you little punk.
Don't call me little. I'm an adult, you dried up asshole.
Gah, fine, whatever. So this place has enough food to keep people alive for a few years, huh? Looks like this stuff isn't going to expire anytime soon.
Yeah. The use-by date is about 100 years from now.
How about water?
There's a tank over there. It looks like they're pulling it out of some kind of well.
Is it safe?
Well, since Dio isn't rolling around on the floor in agonizing pain, I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's okay.
Dio drank some. You made him drink it to make sure it was safe?
I guess you could say that.
So you ate all the food without a second thought, but the water struck you as possibly dangerous?
No, I was careful with the food too. Dio had some of it first, and it seemed fine, so I... Oh, I almost forgot.
What?
I ate something else! Twice cooked pork!
Twice cooked pork! Oh, for God's sake. Why the hell are you shouting about that? Wait a minute. Twice cooked pork.
What is it?
Well, that just reminded me of something.
Reminded you of what?
This might seem hard to believe that...
Bullshit.
Oh, come on. At least let me tell you first. She was calling bullshit before you even said it. Alright. Okay, so we explained it all. Yep, I explained how we found a room called the GOL-M Bay on the other side of the green door, and how we'd met a robot there named GOL-M who told a very interesting story. Okay.
I see. So the golem guy was turned off just when he was about to tell you something.
Yeah.
So the last thing he said was, see right in the middle of...
See, right in the middle of... Yeah.
Right in the middle. Middle could be from Middle Kingdom, which is another name for China.
What? Well, this was utterly pointless.
Really? I don't think so.
Please explain.
Well, maybe he was trying to say that this game is like the Chinese room. In other words...
Oh.
Sigma, Phi!
Okay, here we go.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Interesting. What's going on?
Something bad. Something really bad.
Well, come on, spill it.
Alice.
Uh-oh.
Alice is... Just come with me.
Oh, shit. This is the first time in this branch, if Alice is dead, right? She didn't actually say, but I think this is the first time in this branch that Alice died and Luna wasn't there dead with her, right? The other two doors we went through on this branch, I'm pretty sure they were both dead.
She's in the crew quarters.
Yep, crew quarters is where it happened last time. Alright. So this game being like the Chinese room, huh? Something regarding like us. Yep, she's dead again. Yep. So something regarding like us being in a, you know, in a closed off area and you know, someone feeding us information that we don't fully understand because we're sitting here trying to figure out what it all means by investigating these different rooms and stuff. I guess it has its similarities and stuff. Makes sense. What? No, this isn't real. All I could hear were Zero's words echoing in my ears. Your heart stops, your bracelet comes off. If you've never been in turbulence, it's hard to explain. You feel the sudden, alien weightlessness of a long fall, and just for a moment you're painfully aware of the fact that you are thousands of feet above the earth, in a flimsy machine made by fallible men, kept aloft by a scientific principle that nobody actually understands. If you've never seen a friend dead, it's hard to explain, but it's a little like that. I knelt down beside Alice's body and pressed a shaking hand to her throat. No pulse. Her skin had already turned pale. The thing in front of me looked like a human being, but it wasn't being a human any longer. Why had this happened? I knelt there for several long moments, staring blankly ahead. My throat burned and my chest was tight, but I forced myself to take 3 progressively calmer breaths, then stood. I clenched my fist, took one last breath, and turned. Who found her first?
Me. I was looking for Quark on floor B and couldn't find him.
We don't have the extra details on Radical 6 either, so they're all gonna think someone killed her, right? Just like the last time when Luna and Alice were found dead, we're gonna assume someone killed them, although I still don't know what happened there. I imagine Alice was found in that position. She could have stabbed herself because of Radical 6, but why was Luna dead, anyway? Unless she somehow died trying to stop her, but I don't know.
So I came back here and, well, you know the rest. Hey, what's that look supposed to mean? You better not be thinking I did it.
Well, suspicion often falls on the first to discover a crime.
Fuck that. She'd already been murdered when I got here.
How do you know she was murdered?
What? Come on, it's obvious. She's got a knife sticking out of her chest.
That's like an actual knife too, which I think is what she had last time, right? In the other branches, it was a scalpel, but this time it was a knife. Is that what she found next to the, what are they called? Next to the AB gates, or AB rooms? Was that knife, or what?
Does that look like an accident or a suicide to you?
How do you know the weapon was a knife?
What?
All you can see from here is the handle. For all you know, it could have been an ice pick or some kind of tool.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, but I mean, come on. Who wouldn't look at that and assume it's a knife?
He has a
And
point.
it's not fair to suspect someone just because they happen to be the first one to find the body. If you want to be like that, then the last person to see Alice is the person you should be looking at.
Who was the last person to see her?
Clover.
I need to go tell Alice. You guys go on ahead.
Alice, why? This wasn't supposed to happen. You promised me we'd catch them together. Don't do this.
Clover.
I can't trust them anymore. It could have been any one of them. They killed you, Alice. I can't forgive them for that. I'm going to get revenge.
Uh-oh. We saw what happened in CE1 when she went for revenge.
I'll find out who killed you. And I'll...
Hey, Clover.
Shut up! Don't you talk to me! I'm sorry, Alice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. Before anyone could say anything, she turned and ran out of the room.
Wait! Clover, come back!
Well, damn. Tenmyoji took off in pursuit, and I made to follow when...
It's pointless. Even if you caught up to her, she'd never tell you anything. Think it through. There are 2 possibilities. Either Clover killed her, or she didn't. If the former is true, then I doubt she would confess. If the latter is true, then I imagine she'll be just as reticent. After all, Alice and Clover seem to know each other. In fact, they seem quite close. It seems safe to assume that Clover is currently very suspicious of all of us. I doubt she would open up to anyone right now.
Yep.
You seem pretty calm. Did you do it?
Not again. Well, if you really want to suspect me, please, go ahead. I'm beginning to feel rather accustomed to it.
I want to open his head.
I would ask you to consider my motive for killing Alice. Specifically, the fact that I have none.
Well, yes, but none of us do. None of us have ever met Alice before, right? So why would we want to kill her?
You are correct, but only if the murder had a motive beyond, well, murder.
What do you mean?
Do you remember when we found the old woman? It seemed clear that her killer was Zero Senior, and that they were one of us. There is every reason to think the same person murdered Alice. Perhaps this person plans to kill us one by one.
I guess that's a logical assumption. I do wonder, like, do we actually have a murderer here, or was this and the other branch where Luna died too just Radical 6 affecting multiple people or something? I don't know.
Perhaps the entire nonary game is just window dressing. Perhaps the only reason we are here is so that Zero Senior can kill us at his leisure, in a world of his own creation.
Why would anyone do such a horrible thing?
Presumably, because they enjoy killing. Zero Senior seems to be rather disturbed.
Hold on a minute. That doesn't mean they're one of us. There could be a 10th person hiding out somewhere.
No,
Well, why not?
there's no way Zero Jr. wouldn't notice that. And if he did notice, I really don't think he'd just let something like that slide.
But isn't Zero Jr. just an AI without a body? What could he do?
Maybe. But Zero Senior has a body. Do you think they'd really just let a 10th unwanted participant just run around murdering people?
I can't remember what reason they had to believe that Zero Senior was was one of the 9, but my thought is, if there is a 10th, why couldn't it be Zero Senior, you know? Yeah, well, what if the 10th person is Zero Senior? Okay, we're gonna
Not
get
possible.
into
At least not so long as we assume Zero Jr.'s statement to be the truth. Do you remember?
that. Okay, so Zero Jr. actually said it?
He made it quite clear that the real Zero was one of us.
Okay. I guess I kind of forget that. I think that might have been something that was said, like, before we even did the first door choice. Because that's something that I don't remember really getting recapped too much in any of the other branches and stuff like that. Or it's because I skipped past it. But I kind of forgot that, like, so Zero Jr. actually did hint that Zero Senior is one of us. Unless he did it to lie, you know, and to get everyone suspicious of each other or something. I thought about what Kay had said. If the killer was Zero Senior, then who could be the killer? Dio? Luna? Kay, perhaps? Or maybe Clover. There was also Tenmyoji. Fi, maybe? No, it couldn't be her. I'd been with Fi the whole time we were looking for Quark. There was no way she could have slipped away to stab Alice in the chest. Wait a minute. There was one person I'd forgotten. Quark. It seemed like a bit of a stretch to think a kid could kill someone of Alice's size, but that meant there were 5 real suspects. Dio, Luna, Kay, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Or suicide. Where had Quark gone? Oh, AB game
10
time.
minutes remain until ambidextrous all players. If no,
Yep.
Apparently Zero doesn't feel like this is worth stopping the game for. A blunt but effective way to make the point.
What do you mean?
We should get to the warehouse. It seems clear he feels no compunction about killing us, should we disobey the rules. As such, I recommend we follow them.
The others filed out of the room. I turned to face Alice. Alice, I'll find out who did this to you. You're looking at her. Maybe. I promise. I felt my stomach settle back into its normal configuration, and the fire in my chest melted the icy hand from my spine. I stood up straight, gave Alice one last nod, and walked after the others, leaving my regrets lying on the cold floor. Alright. I guess we might have time to do
Hey,
the AB
look.
game.
2 of the AB gates are closed already.
Oh shit.
Probably Tenmyoji and Clover.
Wasn't he a pair? Doesn't Quark need to go with him?
As long as one person in each pair is there, it should be okay.
Sharing their destiny, huh?
Pretty much.
That's good
Alright.
news for you, Sigma. After all, you're a pair, but your partner is... well, I'd rather not say it.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck for you, huh, Luna?
What? I don't understand what you mean.
Well, if Alice was still alive, you'd have a hard time choosing Betray. She only had 1 BP left. If you'd picked Betray, you could have killed her. Of course, that's not really a problem now.
Stop that, Dio. I would have chosen Ally regardless. I mean, Sigma's going to be my opponent, and I trust him.
Oh. Really?
Haha. This is interesting. If one of you guys picks Betray, we are gonna get a show.
Dio!
Ignore him.
It's
How
gonna
do you and Phi plan to vote?
kill me again to go back and hit Betray, because obviously, you guys know me, I'm gonna ally.
You even gotta ask? Ally. Of course. Right, Phi?
I don't know about that. It's a difficult question.
What?
Well, if we choose ally and Kay chooses the opposite, then he'll have 9 points. He can go through the number 9 door whenever he wants. But it's not as simple as just choosing Betray either. If Kay decides to ally for some reason, then you'd end up with 9 points.
So we should both choose Ally.
How to seize. Oh, excuse me.
Seems easy to me.
You're planning on betraying me, aren't you, Dio? As soon as you go through that door, it will be only the 2 of you in that room. I've no doubt you could overpower Phi, if you had the desire to.
Oh, give me a little credit. No one has more gentle points than me. You think someone of my stature would resort to violence? The nerve.
Says the guy that planted a bunch of bombs everywhere.
What?
This is just a thought, but why don't all of you promise to choose Betray? Then you wouldn't have to worry about anything. If you knew the other person was going to betray you, you'd have no choice but to do the same.
That seems pretty negative for you, Luna.
I'm sorry.
Nothing to apologize for. We appreciate your suggestion and we'll take it into consideration. But unfortunately, I don't think it's a very good idea.
It's like an automated voice messaging system right there.
See, my goal is to beat this game.
But Phi...
Maybe that wasn't the best way to put it. When I say I want to beat it, I mean defeat it. Completely. I want to get us all out of here. We haven't beat the nonary game until we're all out of this place.
Where were you in the last branch that I went down, Phi? You just took off.
I guess we won't.
Oh,
all
I
be
guess she
getting
didn't
out
leave yet,
anymore, though.
actually. We got it to be continued at her, like, hand on the lever.
Oh, you mean Alice.
Poor Alice.
Yeah. At any rate, all of us choosing Betray every time is hardly ideal.
It's so sad that we're able to save Quark every time, but, like, half the time Alice just dies.
We'd never escape.
Then what are you going to do?
Kay needs to choose ally. It's the only way.
How will you make sure I do that?
She also, once again, kind of like I mean, she might still hit ally, I'm not saying she's not gonna, but, she did the same kind of thing that she did with us, where she didn't say she's gonna hit ally, but she just said Kay needs to hit ally, you know?
I have no guarantee that she'll choose ally as well.
Would you do it if I could give you that guarantee?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
You promise?
Yes.
Good. Let's do this. Dio,
How are you gonna get the guarantee?
Huh?
there's someone behind you.
What?
Ugh. She ran in the room alone, right? The moment Dio turned his head, Phi was off. With seemingly superhuman strength, she leapt through the air, across the room, and through the AB gate. She went in my room!
The fuck?
That's my room! Wait, what room am I gonna go in then? That bitch.
You bitch!
Yeah, I agree, Dio.
God damn it,
I'm just
Phi!
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Open this fucking door!
He pounded on the door, screaming, but it showed no signs of opening again.
Fuck!
He gave the door one last slam for good measure, then ran to the next open one. Oh, I was just about to ask.
Pair detected. Please retry with valid partner. Members of a pair cannot vote in separate rooms.
Yep.
What? Why the fuck not? This is against the rules. How am I supposed to vote? This is bullshit.
I see. This is how Phi can guarantee her choice. Dio can't vote now, so the chance that Phi will choose Ally just went way up. After all, if you pick Ally and she betrays you, then...
Dio will have 9 points.
Exactly.
But don't you think Vi might be worried that Kay will break his promise? After all, if he can be pretty sure that Vi is going to choose Ally, then...
You needn't worry. Her plan is very clever. I will definitely choose Ally.
Alright.
2 minutes remain until polling closes.
Last time he promised to choose Ally, he ended up betraying so that way he could leave because people are dying and he doesn't want to stay. With Alice dead, I wonder what he's gonna do.
We don't have much time left. Let's go.
Right.
Okay. Sigma? You are going to choose Ally, right?
Of course. We both have 5 BP right now. Even if I did betray you, I'd only get 3 points. That's not enough to escape. So I'd have to wait until the next round anyway. Make sense?
Oh, I see.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. Anyway, you promised. You have to choose Ally.
Right, I will. Oh, I'm already dreading having to go down the other branch after I make this choice. Alright. We'll make the choice, we'll see the results, and then I think that's going to be the end of this episode.
Until polling closes.
Now, what am I going to do? Well, I guess there isn't really any question. After all, I promised Luna that I'd pick Ally. But what if she was lying to me?
I would have chosen Ally regardless. I mean, Sigma's going to be my opponent, and I trust him.
10
Alright.
seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ally! Yes! As my per usual, especially when it comes to Luna.
Round
Watch her betray
2
me.
Of the Ambidex game has been completed.
We have yet to see Luna, I think, ever pick Betray. Unless she was part of a team that hit Betray, right? But, like, whenever she's a solo, I don't know that I've ever seen her hit Betray. Maybe she did to protect herself against, like, Dio or something. Anyway, it would be really interesting if she betrayed us.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
But it would suck, because Luna best waifu.
Thank you for your Ambidex game.
Alright. See the results, and then that'll be it. Here we go.
Results, please stop.
Doosh, 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 doosh. Let's do it. Tenmyoji, Quirk, and Clover betray. Shit. Ally, ally. Ally, ally. Nice. Tenmyoji betrayed Clover. Impressive. Like, there was the other branch where for some reason Tenmyoji was all about, like, trusting Clover and stuff like that. But now he betrayed her. But he might have also been protecting himself, you know? So maybe his like for Clover kind of, like, Interesting. And we never saw them because they were already in the room. What if they agreed to this? Like, what my wild theory, what if like Tenmyoji talked to Clover because like he somehow knows her or something, and she was like, "Hey, I'll ally, you betray, how about you take 3 points from me because I don't want you to die," or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bullshitting here, but it was just something I thought of, like, if that was, like, why didn't we get to see them before they went in? What would be the reason? And I thought maybe because they wanted to have, like, a conversation without us hearing it, so that's why they had them locked in the room when we showed up, kind of thing. So that way they could have that conversation without showing, you know, Sigma it, and by extension us. Anyway, interesting results, guys. At least for this one, I'm curious if Clover is going to be pissed when she comes out. But that gets Tenmyoji up to some decent numbers, actually. Like, our lowest person is Alice with 3, but she's dead, so that doesn't matter. So the lowest person is 4. So, what would that be? That'd be 6. If we manage to get everyone to like listen and ally, that'd be 6. So 3 more AB games in order to get everyone out. The problem is, also Quirk has 9 BP, which is interesting. He went missing before. Granted, we know, like, I'm pretty sure he has Radical 6 at this point, and I'm pretty sure there's one other time where he had 9 BP as well. But he didn't end up leaving because he was just missing, you know? So, it'll be interesting. Maybe this branch he will. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's going to end it for this one. We got some info about the GOL-M and stuff like that, and how they are here, you know, an extension of Zero Jr. in a way. Normally they'd have their, you know, skin and stuff like that, which is kind of teasing at one of the other endings we got regarding Sigma possibly being a robot and stuff like that. So if we had done this first, it would have made that one a little more interesting, because we would have like had all these wild theories rather than because I felt like the whole robot thing like came out of left field. But now I see where if we had done this ending first, we would have had the knowledge over on that branch of been like, oh shit, you know, kind of thing. But that's kind of cool how like the different order that you go in can really like change your perception of the game and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to continue on to whatever ending we're heading to next, which we might hit in the next episode unless it's like a really long one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description, or it should be popping up on the screen as well. If you want to see more of these episodes, I have early access available for this game as well as other content for the reaction shows and everything I do. So check all that out if you're interested. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future episodes. Bye-bye.